Hi, I'm Jack from SharpCloud, and today I'm going to be showing you everything there is to know about inbuilt forms in SharpCloud. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create new inbuilt forms, edit those forms, and use them to get the best out of your SharpCloud stories. So as you can see, I have a SharpCloud story open here, and along the side panel, I have a few different forms that are already built in: innovation idea forms, risk forms. But I'm going to show you just creating a new form from scratch. You can see beside these three dots, I've got the option to edit forms. If I select any of the forms and select that option, I get into the Manage Forms section of SharpCloud. If I wanted to create a new form, I just click this button called Create New Form. It gives me a default form with a default title called Story Form 3. I'm going to refer to this as Jack's form. And there are a few important things to realize about the design of the Manage Forms section. You've got these three options to allow anonymous, allow viewers, and allow item editing. And all of those allow you to limit the access of people coming into the form or to increase that access. So by allowing viewers, what that means is that anyone who has even a read-only license will be able to interact with the form. If you don't check that, you'll need a collaborate or a create license to be able to input information into the form. If you select allow anonymous, that means that people don't even need to have a SharpCloud license to be able to access the form. So if you were to share the link or to share a QR code that included a link to the form with a person who is not active on SharpCloud, doesn't have a SharpCloud license, they would still be able to input information. So this allow anonymous tends to be used in particular in workshop scenarios where the people that are going to be engaging with SharpCloud aren't necessarily SharpCloud users. Allow item editing simply means that the form can be used to change data about items that exist in the story, as opposed to simply adding new items into the SharpCloud story. Finally, the notify story owner option just means that you'll get an email notification every time someone fills out the form. You can select the fields to show. I'm going to just pick a few random fields here: availability, cost reduction, and maybe include an image picker, which will mean that people will be able to add images to the particular items that they're changing in the form. There are a few things then that I can do to set things up here. I can give a particular display name to fields. So currently the display name is set to match the attribute name, but I could make it a bit more user-friendly by writing something like, what is the item called for name? And then the value that someone inputs will go into the attribute of name. I can make the different inputs required so that people have to fill them out to be able to complete the form. And I can also hide the inputs. So often in creating forms, you might make a particular entry point required and hidden. And that will mean that every new item that's created will have the default value that you set and won't be changeable by the users. So for instance, I might want everything that anyone inputs in this form to go into the category of goals. So I can include category as an input on the form. I can set the default value to goals, and I can check the box for required and hidden. Now, as far as users coming into the story are concerned, there won't be a field called category, but all of the information that they enter will go into the goals category. You can also set some limitations around the type of attribute that you want the different inputs to be. And you can also customize the appearance to set different types of themes, different types of background colors, or even include images. Once I save and close then, we can see my completed form. And you can see I've selected this item, improve local airports. And it has what is the item called in place of name. It doesn't have category information, but it's only engaging with particular goals. And finally, there's a few things that I can do, such as accessing a QR code that contains information about the form, open the form in a new window, which will give me a link that I can share around the form, and also edit the form. Lastly, if I open the Insights panel, I can embed forms into the Insights panel itself, so that they automatically open out on the side of any SharpCloud story. So that is everything that you need to know to get to grips with SharpCloud forms. Thank you for watching.